Welcome, and thank you for joining us for today's DealerOn webinar, How to Use Video During Downtime to Increase Sales. My name is Eliana Raggio, and I'll be your moderator today. And today's webinar is being presented by DealerOn. For anyone who isn't familiar with DealerOn, we're an award-winning website development company and digital agency, best known for our amazing SEO, the best customer service, and the highest converting website designs in the industry, including the award-winning Chameleon responsive website platform. We got back from NADA a few months ago. We were awarded the Driving Sales Dealer Satisfaction Award for top-rated websites for an unprecedented 6th year in a row. We also took home the AWA Award for Best Websites. Plus, FCA announced that we're now an approved vendor. Big things are happening over here at DealerOn this year. We're still the only company in the industry that offers a money-back lead guarantee program. Do you want to know more? Yeah, you do. You can check us out at DealerOn.com. Hey, for all you wine lovers out there, you might want to head to Napa Valley, May 21st to the 23rd. Why? Because DealerOn is sending Greg Gifford, also known as The Beard, to speak at the Digital Marketing Strategies Conference. That's why it's a high-level executive planning event, and the sole focus is to assist dealers in their digital marketing strategies. Of course, Greg will be there showing off his new book, Local SEO, Signals You Can't Ignore. So, trust me when I say you don't want to miss it. And we have a great show in store for you today. We're very pleased to have Mike Davenport as our presenter today. Mike, the Louisville Chevy dude Davenport, is a self-proclaimed Chevy enthusiast. Not only is he the leading salesman for Bachman Chevrolet, he's also a top performer of new Chevrolet sales in the country and one of the 40 highest rated salesmen on DealerRater.com. A 17-year veteran in the auto industry, he's held numerous dealership management positions such as sales, F&I, new car manager, used car manager, and GSM. However, Mike's meteoric rise in sales didn't start until 2010, when he bravely decided to leave the management sector of the car business to start from scratch as a salesperson in a new town at a new dealership where he could focus his branding efforts on himself and provide an excellent example for other salespeople. He owns several domain names, maintains a very successful YouTube channel with over 4 million views, runs very aggressive social media campaigns, and his social media presence proves he's a leader in the industry for other sales professionals and managers. Mike Davenport is the epitome of a rock star salesperson, a very active member of the automotive community, and he can be reached at mike@chevydude.com. Now, during the presentation, if you have any questions, please use the question feature located on the corner of your screen to submit them. At the end of the presentation, we'll answer those questions of general interest. If we're unable to get to your question live, we're going to try to respond by email later today. Don't forget, a link to download a copy of this webinar recording will also be emailed to you later today for your reference. Feel free to share it with your friends and colleagues. And guess what? Our good friend Mike Davenport and his buddies over at BombBomb, they're giving away an awesome prize today on the webinar. One of you lucky webinar attendees will win the exact same red carpet that Mike uses on his deliveries. You will literally be able to now give your customers the red carpet treatment. It's totally legit. This sweet, sweet prize is valued at $80, but let me tell you, the reaction from your customers will be priceless. You have to be on live broadcast to win it, though, so stay tuned, and you could be the one of the people walking away with this amazing prize today. Also, at the conclusion of this webinar, you're going to get a short survey, so fill it out because we're always looking for quality feedback from our audience. We want to know what you have to say. And hey, do you tweet much? We hope you do. We'd love to see what you have to say about today's presentation, so please tag us in it. You can use hashtag DealerOnWebby. I'm at Eliana Raggio. You can also hit up Mike Davenport at Elville Chevy Dude. We look forward to seeing what you're saying. Now, let's get started, everyone. Let's learn how to use video during downtime to increase sales. Mr. Davenport, such a pleasure to have you on the show again. How are you, sir?
I am doing awesome.
Well, let me tell you, I had a lot of buzz about this way before today. So I love when you're really at this point the only person that I have who works at a dealership who comes on my show and shares everything that they do. And I appreciate it so much because it's not like you work for a vendor. You're a sales guy. You're out there doing what everyone else is doing, and all you're doing is sharing all of this awesomeness with everyone. And I can't thank you enough because you don't get anything out of it. I mean, you don't sell any more cars because of it. You do it really just to help other salespeople. And I know that all of these people out here really appreciate you doing it. So thank you so much for doing it. And you picked yet another incredible topic to bring to us today. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to do it. And it's just kind of my way of giving back to the industry. And, the industry's been good to me for 17 years. And I've grown to be very passionate about this industry and protecting it. And because I'm in the trenches every day, like you mentioned, it allows me to show people actually what's happening on the showroom floor, not, a sales trainer out there who hasn't been on the sales floor, in 10 years, or they visit dealer to dealer and, they sold 6, 10 cars, when they were selling cars and, can tell everybody what to do. And so I like to do that, and my way of giving back. And you're right, I don't make any money on this. I actually have lost deals by doing stuff like this, by traveling to conferences and stuff like that, speaking and whatnot. So it's fun to do.
Well, I know you have a lot to get to today, and I just want to make sure everyone understood what I said when I was reading his bio. This man has videos, and he has over 4 million views on YouTube. What? So
Yeah.
please school us all. Tell us what we're going to be learning about today.
I got a video going viral, which is good. It's been going viral for about a month, and for a car salesman to have a video with almost 400,000 views is pretty good. So a lot of name, a lot of recognition, and a lot of people who like to troll, which is always fun. So, but
you got trolls? That's how you know you made it, baby.
See, the thing is I can never be trolled because I like to troll, and it's fun. And so when people troll me, it's like I just laugh at it. Like, is that the best you could do? But I'm going to get into this because you're right. I got a lot, and I don't want to keep everybody waiting, even though that we do have a little bit of downtime. Right now, it seems like everybody across the country is slow, and this is it's perfect timing. Like somebody said before we started recording this session, is I'm watching about downtime during my downtime, blah, 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 blah. So my whole idea behind this webinar is to show you a few things, to show you the power of video, how to get comfortable on camera. It's always the number one thing I get probably asked is, Mike, how do you do so comfortable on camera? If you go back 5, 6 years ago and look at my very first videos, I'm like nowhere near what I am today. And it was funny because somebody had commented on a video from 4 or 5 years ago, about a week ago, and I watched the video. I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible. But I'll leave it up there. And most importantly, the reason I do YouTube is to make money. YouTube, because of being paid for sponsors and stuff like that, I get a little bit of money from YouTube by doing that. But ultimately, that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it to sell cars. So then we're going to do our giveaway, which I've given away red carpets before. I love it. It's always something great. I had somebody the other day pull up a great idea about the red carpet of changing the color up, and I'm not going to give it away because I don't know if that's privileged information, but I don't want to give it away, so that way it's unique to her. And then we'll do a Q&A session. My Q&A sessions always seem to go very long, but here's a real quick stat on a lot of different things. So this is content distributing channels that marketers are wanting to do in the next year. This is something that I pulled off the internet back in March, so it's a really relevant term, and this has nothing to do with automotive industry. This has to do with marketers across the entire spectrum of marketing, so every aspect out there. And the number one thing they're going after is YouTube. The number 2 thing is Facebook video. The number 3 thing is Instagram. So some of the top social media platforms they're going after, and you don't see anything else out there. You don't see TVs, you don't see radio, you don't see billboards. You see the top 3 social media platforms out there. So and a couple of stats, I always love stats, and as I'm doing more and more speaking sessions, I'm getting better and better at producing where I'm getting the information. So I've got all the stats here. 22% of businesses are out there are satisfied with the conversion rate. So again, this is not industry-wide. This is businesses in whole. So the fact that only 22% of every business in America is happy with conversions tells you that there's so much more out there that can be done. We know this. This is an old stat. And the reason I use this old stat, I can use a new stat. I have the new stat. But the reason I like to use this old stat is to show that in 2014, less than 3 years ago, 81% of shoppers are conducting online research. We obviously know that's like 98, 95, depending on who you talk to and what researching they're doing and stuff like that. But we know it's almost 100% of people are doing research online. So where are they going? They're going to search engines. And this is just a few miles away from my dealership. This is pinpointed over my dealership here. 72% of customers who did local search, visit a store within 5 miles. So this is huge that you concentrate on right around the dealership, but yet if you got that specialty car like that Ford Lightning or Camaro Z01 or Chevy Corvette or, you know, whatever the case may be out there with those specialty vehicles, that you can sit there and have a wide audience like something on YouTube. So 66% of marketers say improving SEO and growing their organic presence is important, and it's the #1 priority with their marketing program. So again, this is something very, very recent, last year. So it's absolutely huge to do that. And to give you a little bit of stats, so the search engine ranks. This is searches per day. These are search engines, okay? This is Google, Bing. Never heard of Baidu. I only go to Google anyways. So, and then you got the other AOL, Ask, etc. You know, 4.4 billion searches per day. This is daily. So it's extremely important to go back to this one here. It's extremely important for SEO and search engine marketing, SEM, to understand where people are going, because you want to put, if you're spending money on it, you want to be able to put your money where it goes. But also everything I'm talking about here, I'm not spending a penny. The only thing I'm spending money on is like camera equipment. That's because I'm addicted to it, and I like buying new and great stuff. So, and that's on my own. But 4.4 billion people per day are searching Google. So that leads us into my very first poll question.
Actually, our only poll question for the day. So audience, we really want you to get in on this and give us your opinion on this. We want to know about how many daily unique visitors do you think come to YouTube? We want to know how many daily unique visitors do you think come to YouTube? And then I'm sure Mike Davenport's going to school us all on the correct answer, but please select one of the following answers. Yes, put your pinky to the corner of your mouth. As Dr. Evil says, it's 1 million visitors. I don't know. Maybe you need to do it, Mike. Do you need to do it?
1 million visitors.
Maybe it is 1 million visitors. We don't know. We don't know. Or maybe it's the second one. No way. It's almost 5 million. How about the third answer? I think it's around 20 million. Hey, you guys are crazy. It's like around 30 million. Or you know what? I'm going all in with 1 billion. Ooh. So once we get a majority of the votes in, we're going to close this poll and share the results. And then Mr. Davenport is going to tell us what the right answer is. How many daily unique visitors come to YouTube? So how many people go to YouTube every day? Around the world, right? Not just in the U.S., correct?
Correct. Around the world.
Around the world. Worldwide. Ooh, that's a lot of people. All right. Almost everyone has voted. So if you're ready, I will close this poll. And audience, you guys rock. Thank you so much for voting in our one and only poll question today. We really appreciate it. So Mr. Davenport, if you're done taking your swig of water, I will close this poll and we'll share the results.
Go for it.
All right, let's do this. Audience, thank you so much. Let's see what everyone had to say. All right, only 3% of today's audience agree with Dr. Evil. They think it might be around 1 million visitors. 7% of today's audience say no way, it's almost 5 million. 27% of today's audience, so more than a quarter, says they think it's around 20 million. 35%, the majority, say you guys are crazy, it's 30 million. And the large percentage, 29%, say that they're going all in. They think it's 1 billion daily unique visitors that come to YouTube. All right. So, Mike,
what was the #1 answer?
30 million.
Oh, really? It's interesting that people got that. That's the exact answer.
That's the right answer? Oh, right. Look how smart my audience is.
30 million per day. I like that. I like that.
All right. Well, let me close out this poll question. Audience, make sure you take great notes. We're going to be giving away that cool prize later on today. And don't forget to write in your questions for Mike Davenport. He is here to help. All right, Mike, where do we go from here?
We're going to go, wait, why didn't I go out? Hold on a second. There we go. Handouts. Hey, down there in that corner, if you're watching this live, we've got some handouts for you. So, and in those handouts are 36 mind-blowing YouTube facts from the year 2017. Oh my gosh, so you're telling me this is less than 5 months old worth of data. And because I know so many people watch this after the fact, you go to that little link right there. Since you can't see the handouts, you get that little link right there, and you'll be able to get those anytime that you want. So make sure you download those handouts, because I've got some really cool things in there. I got 5 of them total, and it's really, really cool data for you to use. So this went backwards real quick. So I need you to get your phones ready, because we're gonna have a little Twitter contest. Okay?
What?
So I mentioned earlier we're gonna have a little Twitter contest here. So it's time to tweet. So this is my buddy Greg Gifford on the picture here. Greg is phenomenal when it comes to SEO. He is the absolute best. However, I want you to start tweeting Greg Gifford at Greg Gifford that at Chevy Dude says he's the best local SEO expert, and he's got 2 hoverboards. And if you want to put it like Nana Nana Boo Boo, you can do that. So, but so I talk about what I do with SEO. Now, I've learned a lot from Greg. Greg and I talk on a regular basis. Dude's smarter than smart. So, I mean, all he does is travel to nerd conventions and get information on SEO. He speaks about SEO. I mean, the last convention that I was at, he had 2 hours of speaking, and he probably didn't get yet through his slide deck. I've never seen the guy get through a slide deck. So, but tweet him. Let's have a little fun today. He'll be like, who is tweeting me, and why are they saying I am the expert rather than he's the expert, because he really is the expert. So, but everything I'm doing, everything I'm talking about SEO and stuff like that comes from him, and it works really, really well. So, again, a couple more facts before I get into the nitty-gritty of the process of building a YouTube channel, being successful in the YouTube channel. And it's what I tell everybody. This is kind of like YouTube 101. This is kind of like getting on the ground floor and going, because I could speak to you for a month straight, every single day, for 10 hours a day, and still have enough content on YouTube to talk about. So these are things that why I created YouTube. These are things that I absolutely wanted to happen with YouTube, because people are only visiting 1.2 stores. And the reason they're only visiting 1.2 stores is because there's so much information out there for customers. So they're driving on an average of 42 miles to a dealership. That's way, way too far. Remember I talked about the people are visiting a place within 5 miles? They do not need to be driving 42 miles. They're passing 50 dealerships, and they're ruling out 80% of the cars they see online. So 95% are shopping online, which I told you earlier was that old stat back in 2014. So we need to change this. And YouTube, even though it is not a search engine, so to speak, it's a video search engine, people are going to YouTube and doing it. I just recently had a customer come up here from Tennessee, and why she didn't ask for me, I don't know, but she didn't ask for me. I'm ashamed of that. I figured I'm always learning, always doing something different. I changed something on my YouTube. My entire YouTube channel, I changed something because of that incident. But she stopped me and saw me and says, hey, you know what? The only reason I came up to this dealership was because of you on YouTube. And I said, really? So I started asking her questions, and she told me that she was on YouTube searching for 2016 Camaros. Boom. And, of course, I have a bunch of 2016 Camaros videos out there. So as we know, the average still to this day, it keeps getting older and older per NADA. Average cars on the road are 11 years old. So again, there's more content out there. Even though we're slow right now, you know, a lot of people I'm talking about, we're slow across the country, stuff like that. Don't worry about this stuff. This stuff is, YouTube is getting your future right now and making your future better. And this is the time to do it and get out there, because people are still driving 11-year-old cars. 45 to 90-day buying cycle. Again, you're getting out there and you're talking to people that are 45 to 90 days out. So when you get that lead from YouTube, you need to make sure that you follow up with that, just like you do with anything else, because they're 45 to 90 days out. How-tos on YouTube. You know, the how-to videos are a phenomenal way to get started. So if you want to get started, you can literally be on camera for 30 seconds and just say, introduce yourself, where you're at, make sure you contact me to buy a car if you're in the market of buying a car, and just show things how to work, how sliding doors work, how pairing Bluetooth works, how doing the radio works. Now we got Apple CarPlay out there, how CarPlay works, Android Auto. You know, you can show videos like that. I'm going to get into how long you need these videos to be here in a second, but how-to videos on YouTube are phenomenal. But I'm going to get into some of the logistics on it. So I like break these up into 10 categories on YouTube. Again, this is YouTube 101. I'm not going to get into the pertinent things and stuff like that, like in cards and all that stuff on YouTube. That's a totally different scenario. My idea behind this presentation is to show you how to get started and to just absolutely start rocking videos. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to storyboard everything. You want to be able to sit down, write things. Now, I ad-lib everything. I do not sit here and write a script. I ad-lib everything. I don't want it to be boring, monotonous. I don't want it to be sitting there reading a script. I want to be, if I make a little itty-bitty mistake, not a problem. The power of editing, you can take that out. But storyboard what you want to do, and then also your call to action. So recently, YouTube did away with all their little comments that you can put up on there. I haven't been using them for years anyways because they don't get any click-throughs. But you need to have call to actions, and that's why I just mentioned ago. Make sure in your opening statement, you're like, hey, I'm Mike Davenport, little Chevy dude, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you contact me here at Bachman Chevrolet, stuff like that. So have call to actions in your videos because you want to have something that draws their attention. You want to give them something to do. And now with the cards at the top of the video, you can do different things, shoot them to other videos, stuff like that. Use a stabilizer. It's very, very, very important to use a stabilizer. You want strong, solid videos that are stable. I mean, imagine watching your TV show that you watch on TV at night and they're shaky. You're just not going to have the views and stuff like that. Now, I've gotten a little out of this because my right arm has gotten very, very good at being steady, and I've changed up my channel just a little bit, and people like it, and I haven't been getting any comments on the stability. So, but to start it out good, make sure you use a stabilizer because that's going to help you do better and be able to keep more people and get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. High quality audio, it's an absolute must. Use a mic, use a lapel, something to that effect. They're all over the place. You can get them for your iPhones. You can get them for everything out there. If you're doing, I use Apple AirPods. You cannot use AirPods and record video. I don't know why it doesn't do that. I just realized that just recently when I did a video and I had it all shot, and then I get home and edit it, and it didn't record it, and I had an AirPod in my ear the entire time. So make sure you get a wireless lapel mic. I always like the wireless because it gives you the flexibility to move around, put your phone up, stuff like that. And I got the phones in here because I use my phone more than anything. I'm going to get into that a little bit later of my other equipment. So know your angles, know the light. The light's so important. So obviously you can't be sitting in the showroom and go and have the sun behind you because the camera's not going to pick you up for a while. You want to be able to have the sun flashing on you, and then also make sure that it's not making your face real white and stuff like that. So watch what your angles are doing. If there's shadows coming across the car or something like that, make sure you watch that stuff. Kind of like, and this is why I use this here. You can see the shadow from the windowsills on there. You want to make sure you're not standing in one of those because the cameras are really tough to pick up shadows and stuff like that on whatnot. So you want to be careful doing that. So, and then just kind of, I already kind of give this away because I'm so used to it. Just introduce yourself the same way every time. And I'm going to show you a quick video here on how I do this every single time. I don't really deviate from it much. Again, I ad-lib everything, so it's always just a little bit different, but it's not the same every time. So that way people aren't like, well, it's the same thing, it's the same thing, it's the same thing. But this is what I do on every single video. Hey, Camaro fans, Mike Davenport, Louisville Chevy Dude here at Bachman Chevrolet in Louisville, Kentucky. Before I begin, I got some awesome pricing announcements on the Z01, so stay tuned. But not to mention, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, thumbs up my video, and share it as well. The link to my social media is in the description below. So there I did the video. And I'm going to get into this a little bit later of cutting up angles and stuff like that. But there I did the video, and it literally just did one thing. Hi, I'm Mike Davenport, Louisville Chevy Dude, Bachman Chevrolet, Louisville, Kentucky. Before I begin, please don't forget to follow me on social media, like my video, thumbs up it. The reason we want to thumbs up video is because it affects YouTube's algorithm. So the more thumbs up you have, the better it's going to show up. So I'm going to get into that a little bit later as well. But you want to make sure people thumb up. So that's why I give them a call to action to thumb up my video because it's very, very important to increase things on your YouTube channel. I also have a little intro that I actually just recently redid this. I was doing intros about myself, and then I got out of it, and I was like, you know what? I was watching some old videos a few months ago. I was like, you know what? I really need to do this again. So I came out and I did this audio here as well. Oops, hold on. There we go. So I have that intro going into
fancy.
Every vehicle now.
Very fancy.
It is, isn't it?
I wish we could. I'm gonna have to go to YouTube and see it like in real time, because I'm sure it was lost in translation there. You know.
Yeah, it is, and that's why I don't like doing videos in these, because you do.
No, I know, but I told you had to, because it's about videos.
I know.
So somebody asked the question. Bailey asked the question. Do you use that bumper in only the beginning, or do you also use it at the end?
I use something a little bit different at the end. I'm going to talk about that as well. But you got to, and I'm going to get into how long people are watching your videos. It's so key to get things out right up front, because people don't watch all the videos. And the perfect thing is to, how long do you watch a video on YouTube? Take your own personal attention span and stuff like that, and how long do you watch a video? So so I try to get everything out right get-go, get my name out, who I work for, where I'm located, because people still will be like, where are you located? Who do you work for? Because the reason they're doing that is because they see me after me after me after me, and they're sold on me. They're not sold on the dealership. They have no idea where I'm at. Even though I'm saying where I'm at, they see and hear me, and that's the important part of YouTube, is they're going to learn. So, and that's kind of where I was saying here. Be direct. Tell the viewer what to do next. This was a really, really good campaign that I did on Chevy. You can kind of see in the back. I think this was 2013, because you see the white Camaro behind me. Those are typically always Corvettes there, and that's a Gen 5 Camaro 1LE. So I think this was 2012. We didn't have any Corvettes here. Might have been 2013, actually. We didn't have any Camaros here because they were brand new model, and they were all sold out, so we had Camaros up front there. But I did a really good campaign for 60 days on YouTube that says, hey, if you're looking to buy a car, text Chevy to this number here and receive a $250 coupon. So I was doing that again. I was being direct, telling them what to do, and it goes along with the line of make sure you ask for me at the dealership. I just kind of give you that scenario that the customer sat there and did not ask for me. They just called my BDC, and but you just got to make sure that you do it. You're going to run into customers walking in here into your dealership, and they're not asking for you. And unfortunately, that's not a split deal. That's not your customer. That's just the cost of you doing everything and getting business for the dealership. That's just going to happen. It happens to me all the time. So just kind of talked about it in my Camaro video. Change your angles frequently. I change my angles up all the time. Again, watch TV. You'll see that they change angles up hard. They do them hard. They don't use transitions. I don't use transitions when I do mine. If you go back to that Camaro video and look at it, hey, I'm talking about a Z01. I cut immediately to the Z01 on the hood and roll up and be done. Change your angles frequently, because that's going to keep your viewer enticed. It's going to sit there and get them to keep focused on the video and whatnot. So I'm going to talk about how long people are lasting on videos in their session on YouTube, but it's very, very important to change up those videos, those angles frequently, because it's going to allow them to it's going to allow you to get a longer retention on your videos. So this is, before I go there, this is a video I did just recently, a couple months ago. And this is a prime example of me changing up my angles of what I did. So here's this video. So there you go. So that was recorded on 4 cameras. Because I am a electronic aholic, an addict, if you will. I'm just glad they don't have some type of Addicts Anonymous, because I would have to go there. But because I'm an addict, I have all sorts of cameras. But I did this on 4 cameras. I used my iPhone, I used a couple GoPros, and I used Osmo camera. Changing up the angles like that. This was done for a particular video to introduce this Camaro right here, this Z01. So, which was a different Camaro Z01 than what was in the very first video that I showed. It's 2 different videos shot about 6 months apart, but it just shows, again, the difference on it. And I showed this video to my manager, and I'm like, look at this burnout I just did. I showed him the raw video, and he says, wow. He says, whose car is that? I said, oh, it's just a lot car that I took off the lot, and I just walked out of his office right after that. He chased me out the office. He's like, what do you mean it's a lot car? I'm like, it's my car. I said, look at the red hash marks on the front. Get the old sales managers fired up that you're burning rubber off the lot cars off the new cars. Always fun.
Well, now, wait,
So,
I got a question for you. Did you use tripods, or were other people there helping you?
no, all tripods. So,
So you
I'm
literally
gonna
did
get
this
into
all
that.
by yourself?
Yes, I had actually two other people with me. One guy just wanted to watch. I needed somebody to drive the Camaro through the smoke because I burnt off those tires. Those tires were slick after I was done. So but I burnt. So I had 3 people with me, but I typically do everything on my own, and I needed somebody to drive through there because I couldn't do that. I could not do the shot twice because I didn't have enough rubber on my tires to do that. But and tires are expensive. So. And then number 8, I don't think there's anything bad about having fun, showing your personality, bringing your personal life into it. If you got dogs, you got family, you got kids, whatever the case may be, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, okay? Now, people out there will tell you, oh, you don't want to put your kids in there. There's creepers out there. Yeah, there's creepers out there, but there's creepers walking through the mall, walking through Kroger, walking through your grocery store as well when you're with your kids. So, who cares? Go out there. If you feel comfortable doing it, get people involved, have some fun, show your personality. The video that I'm talking about, it's so funny. I told you up front, you can't troll me. It's almost impossible. Because I have fun at everything I do. And I said a product called Xylon. A lot of us know what it is. It's called Xylon. Well, I said Zulon in the video intentionally because someone behind the camera, he pronounces it wrong. And I'm like, hey, this is old Zulon. I'm sorry. It's Xylon. And everybody picked up on that. It's like, well, if you can't even pronounce the name right, why should we buy it? So I fire back and was like, I'm sorry, was I selling something in this video? I was doing the video for engagement. I was doing the video for views. You spray paint a $100,000 Corvette, and people are like, what? And he gets the Corvette community fired up, gets them up there. I titled the video, should I get fired or not fired? So I get people like they should fire them. Stuff like that. But have fun, show your personality. I put my dogs in the videos every once in a while. People like it. People are like, oh, you got 2 boxers. You can't be a bad person. I got boxers. So you get engagement out of people that they have their boxers, or they have these dogs, or I love your dogs, or blah, 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 blah. So have fun, show your personality. Don't be afraid to get a little personal on stuff and whatnot. And, I do videos from home all the time. I do videos out in my street, stuff like that. So I do a lot of stuff just to, again, what I'm trying to do is humanize myself to show, like I said earlier, that, people are remembering me. They're not remembering where I'm from. They're not remembering the dealership. They're sold on me. And that's the whole idea behind YouTube videos, is to close people on doing business with you. Because back in the early 2000s, when I first got in the car business, I worked for Saturn. And Saturn would sit there and they have these cutaway cars on the showroom floor, and they'd sit there and show, the door bars and, airbags and timing chains and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Every car had that, but Saturn was showing it to you. So when you went over to Honda or Toyota and they didn't show that, that means they didn't have it. So that's why I say what I say. Recommendations on videos. So live video is killer for engagement. You get longer views with live video. That's why I do so many Facebook live videos. You very rarely see me do a Facebook pre-edited video. If I do a pre-edited video, I use a program that pushes the video to make it look like it's live because I know the algorithms of YouTube. I know the algorithms of Facebook that they want to see live content. So right now they're pushing for live content. And to get the best impact on everything, you want to sit there and have a 2 to 3 minute video. If you start looking at my videos, you're going to see videos hitting 7, 12, 13 minutes. I've been changing my stuff up a little bit. I'm going to get into it here in a second about vlogging rather than how-to videos. It's really, really important to have short videos, and that's why I said up front that doing how-to videos is a great way to get get into videos because you literally are just on camera for a few seconds. And then also, then you can set up the camera and, get a little tripod, set it up in the car, and you're just going to show a radio or show remote start or whatever. You're just going to show it like you show a customer every day. So you should have comfortable. And I also forgot to tell you, if you feel uncomfortable on camera, a good thing to do, and I don't care what anybody says, put sunglasses on. The minute you put sunglasses on, you don't have to worry about where your eyes are at. You don't have to worry about, all you have to worry about is what your hands are doing, your chin's up. You don't have to worry about your eyes. Nobody can see your eyes. If you happen to focus off the left or the right, or if you're reading content, you don't have to worry about it. So if that's a little tip. If you want to wear sunglasses, wear sunglasses. Don't worry about people sitting there and saying, well, you're not supposed to wear sunglasses on the lot, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about any of that. Just, wear sunglasses and that'll help you get in the video quicker. So this is a breakdown of how videos are viewed. So this is just shy of 4 million views. So you can see that most of my views have done just at 45%. Were done on a computer at a 3-minute and 38-second watch time. Mobile phone, 41% of those were done on a mobile phone at 2 minutes and 10-second watch time. So you can see that a mobile phone, the watch time is a lot less. And the reason it's a lot less because you got something right there and you're just, I'm done with this, click it, and you move on. Because we have our phones in our hands all day long, and we're used to doing that. You scroll Facebook, you scroll Twitter, Instagram, whatever the case may be. So we're used to our thumb scrolling, so it automatically just scroll. So the watch time is a little bit less than the mobile phone. So that's why I get out there and say, hey, I'm Mike Davenport, little Chevy dude, Bachman Chevrolet. Make sure you ask for me. Make sure you work with me. Blah 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 blah. So you can see that stuff there. And this is 6 years of data right here. So this is really good, true automotive car salesperson data. And as I said before, Greg is phenomenal with SEO. I'm good with video. I'm one of the only few people in the automotive sector doing it with video. I think I was the first. I don't know, and I really don't care if I'm the first or last. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm doing it. I'm seeing a lot of feedback from it. I get a lot of feedback from my customers, and I've sold a lot of cars on social media. I sell 10, 12 cars a month just off YouTube alone, just off YouTube. And I could sell a whole lot more if I had allocations. So, but this is the key thing. We have that 2 minutes and 10-second watch time. You have 40 minutes of average watch time of a duration. So that means that someone who's watching on a mobile phone, they're watching about 40 minutes worth of sessions of videos. So if you set your videos up right, you'll pop up and pop up and pop up, and that's how you're getting viewed more and more and more. So that's where that thumbs up comes into play as well. So video SEO. So I talked about SEO earlier with Google. Well, video SEO is extremely important because who owns YouTube? Google, right? So if you can SEO a video correctly, I have gotten a first page Google result in less than 17 minutes. I uploaded a video, went into a different computer, made sure I was logged out, and then within 17 minutes of searching for my video, I was in first page, first result in Google. So it's very, very important to understand what Google is doing and understand the SEO part of it. You don't have to be an SEO wizard. I'm going to give you a hack to do this. And I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to help you out. Actually, I'm going to put this in after I get done here. I'm going to make some copies of this book, and I'm going to put these in my handout section of that website address I gave you earlier. So Googleopoly is a fantastic book. I love this book. Chapter 5 of this book is phenomenal. It's all about how to video SEO your stuff. So this chapter 5 is what's really helped me out quite a bit. So if you have the Googleopoly book, pay attention to chapter 5. If not, I'll make some photocopies and I'll put it in that website address. And it's a Dropbox file. I'll put it in that Dropbox file so you can read it. It's pretty phenomenal stuff. And then, YouTube creates traffic. So again, I hate dwelling on this but it's factual information. We have a little bit of down traffic right now, but good thing for me, because I have so many YouTube videos out there, I am still getting 4, 5, 6, 7 phone calls a day, text messages a day, emails every day. I'm still getting multitude of traffic coming to my store, coming to me, and it's keeping my head above the water. My sales are down a little bit, just like everybody else's, so I'm not immune to anything. But that's going to change. It's not going to stay like this forever. We're still in a good market. But this is an example of a text message that I get every single day. This text message was not yesterday, as it says. This text message was on Monday morning, 8:27, or Monday afternoon, 8:27 p.m. And I screenshot it the next morning at 8:36 a.m. So this guy, Aaron, I saw your videos on YouTube. I was interested in getting a good deal on a Chevy Z01. So, I get stuff like this all the time. So imagine you getting leads like this. And I don't even have to ask for a show of hands because I can't see anybody, but if I was in a room and I asked the question, who here with a show of hands would want a lead like this, 100% of people would raise their hands. This is a strong, hot lead. My only issue right now is I don't have the allocations to sell this guy a car. So, I'm losing a little bit of sales because of that, but I'd rather lose some sales and not have allocations than do it. I sold the most Camaro Z01s in the country. I sold more Z01 Camaros than any Chevrolet dealership in the country. And I think that, that's not a braggadocious comment. That's just something I think is very big, and it's all because of YouTube. I sold all of my Z01 Camaros through YouTube, 100%. So absolutely amazing.
All right, we have a question that came in from the audience. Does that say that you have 117 text messages that you have yet to read?
Yes, that is
that what
correct.
That says? All right, just making sure.
Yeah. That was you asking that question. I know how you operate.
Actually, no, somebody pointed it out. I was like, no.
So I talked about it earlier on vlogging. I just recently sold a Camaro Z01 via YouTube, as I mentioned, to a guy who vlogs, and really didn't get into vlogging much, but there was a good amount of lead time to get his Camaro built and to get in. I think I took his order in November time frame, somewhere right around there. I took his order in November, and he got his car in March. So I had 90, 100 days or so, 120 days of communicating with him, and I learned a lot about vlogging. I was kind of interested in it beforehand because I see all these people vlog, but didn't really, is my channel the right platform, stuff like that. So I turned my channel a little bit into vlogging, kind of talking about things that I do and stuff like that. So, once you get comfortable on camera, don't hesitate to sit there and do a video about how things work in the dealership. I've done a video on what it's like to buy a car from out of state, because that's a question I get from customers all the time. What's it like for buying an out of state? I've never done it before. That's a question I get all the time. So I wrote a blog on it. And if somebody asked me that question, I was like, I'll tell you what, I can answer it, but let me just shoot you a video, and you can just watch it, and it's dead on, and I don't have to worry about forgetting something or whatnot, because I scripted the video out and I talked about it really, really well. So don't be afraid to get in and start talking about things that happen inside your dealership. I've taken the dogs in the cars, and I've done this, that, and the other. When I was going to the bank one Sunday, showed my car off, I don't know if I showed my man cave off on YouTube. I did it on Facebook one time. But, just don't be afraid to come up with ideas and stuff like that. I've been working on this for a while, and I'm almost done and getting ready to shoot the video so I can talk about it, because nobody's going to be able to come up with a good, this much data. But I've been working on this for a while of myths in the car business, and, of what people come in here and say to us, the bullshit stuff that people say to us that we know they're so full of crap. I can get one cheaper at the other dealership. And I'm trying to be funny on it because I want customers to know, don't walk in, don't call me and say that I can get one from another dealership cheaper, because we all have the same saying is, well, if you could get one from them, why aren't you there? Why are you here? So I'm trying to be funny in it, but still be serious about it, and kind of do a video of closing people a little bit easier. Don't give me some BS stuff. So talked about it earlier as well. YouTube Live. Oh my gosh, I edited that picture horrible. I forgot to take all the white on the right. Oh well. The YouTube Live is huge. I've been doing a few YouTube Live videos here and there, and that is been really successful for me, because it's a way that I've engaged with some of my subscribers, and it's a way that I can sit there and talk to them, and they feel special, and that engages them to keep that person as a subscriber, as a retention, and allow them to watch my videos. As I said earlier, if you monetize your videos, you get paid from YouTube on this stuff. So not only am I supplementing my income with YouTube views, but it keeps those people on, and I sell more cars that way. And I got a multitude of people that are like, dude, I'm a couple years out from buying a car, but when I do, I'm going to come to you. I hear that all the time, and that's perfect. You know, it sucks if they're not going to buy a car right now, but you know what? I'm just going to keep my YouTube views going and get people to buy cars down the road. So again, I said it up front, is I'm planting seeds for my future, and that's the key. That's the key in this completely. So I mentioned earlier how to optimize video for search engines. And when I say search engines, I'm talking about Google, obviously, number one, but also for the fact that a lot of videos are coming up in the suggested videos. So, you know, there's four things I'm thinking off the top of my head. As I told you, I ad-lib everything. I just put slides in here to remind me what I want to talk about, keep my workflow going, and then move on. So, you know, there's four things with video, and the biggest thing is you want to make sure you have a good title. You want to make sure that you properly tag the video. It's all the tags of what this video is about. Don't tag hijack. Don't sit there and put fail in there if there's no fail in the video. It's just going to make people pissed off and they're not going to watch your video. You know, sit there and have a good thumbnail on the video, because that's going to pay off too. I'm going to show you about thumbnails here in a second. But this is one of the videos that I got up on YouTube, and it was ranked number 1 at the time. So you can see April 27th, 2015, September 9th, 2015. But that thread on the Corvette forum has gone a little bit more activity. But Long Beach Red Corvette came out in 2016 model year, and this is my personal car. I did it in my driveway, and I monetized it correctly and whatnot. And even though I got a Long Beach Red car after this August 12th one, the way I did the back end tool of YouTube with the title and everything else, that ranks number 1 on Google. So that's important. So 2016, the brand new color comes out. So you get that new color in, you do a video on it, and you upload it correctly so people are searching, what's Long Beach Red Metallic look like? There you go. They're going to find me, and they're going to do videos with me. How to program your memory seats. Remember I told you how to do how-tos? Number 1 Google search, how to, big video pops up, and this video gets a great amount of views on YouTube. So, and this is the one that I've talked about so far. It's a little over 325,000 views on YouTube. 328, 628 is the exact views right now. Salesman spray paints $100,000 Corvette Z06 on the showroom floor is what I titled this. So I was like, to do this, I was like, I wonder what Google looks like. So I do it Google, and boom, 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 it's all there. Oh, I cut it off, but over on the right, like, spray paint companies are advertising on this now, so that's pretty funny. And then I mentioned the 3 things. Focus on your thumbnail. Your thumbnail is huge. The video on the left that's finally here is the vlogger that I sold this Camaro to. It was a big secret of what color he was going to get. So it was something that he had ad-libbed up, and you can see that his video is 18 minutes long. So, and I was in this video, and I went up to Pennsylvania and delivered this car and whatnot, and there's literally a dealership, probably 4 or 5 strokes of a driver. I could hit the dealership across the street towards the front of that Ford pickup truck delivering this Camaro. That way is a Chevy dealership that he tried to do business with, and they didn't know anything about this car. My second one is just a recent car. I did that burnout on the Camaro. Well, I found out how hard Camaro tires were, and I lost my car in the rain and almost wrecked it. And then how to use Apple CarPlay. So again, I have 3 thumbnails here. 1 I didn't make, 2 of them I did. I've got them popping out. So that way when they're in suggested videos, that you see them and it creates attention. So that's really, really important to make sure that you got good thumbnails. And the reason we do that is because right here, so you look on unknown embedded player. It's good that I've got 980,000 views on embedded players. And what that means is the videos are going out to websites and stuff like that. And they're embedding that video into the website, and that traffic's coming from that website. I have every one of my videos on my website as well. So some of them are coming from my video, but most of them are coming from third parties. But the number 2, which is 24% of my traffic, is suggested videos, and then you have YouTube search right down below. So both of them are coming in at about a little over 2 minutes of watch time. So again, back to my duration of keeping a video 2 to 3 minutes long. That's pulling out really, really huge and making sure that you have good content and people are popping that up, because those thumbnails are going to be extremely important. So as I'm winding down here, you know, everybody asks me, what type of equipment do you use? What type of equipment do you use? And I'm going to get into what I use, and I've kind of already alluded to what you could use and what you should use. So I don't have anything like this, even though I probably could have a lot of equipment like this. I chose not to. And I've hit it and missed, and I've done DSLRs and all this other stuff, but I'm a one-man show, and you can do this one-man show as well. So this is a one-man show, you know, that I'm doing. So this is really all I use. I got a couple GoPros. This is the Asden, I guess you pronounce it, wireless mic lapel. I've seen them anywhere from $99 to $150. You can get them on Amazon really, really cheap. That's the wireless mic that I use for all my videos. I got my drone. Don't use it a whole lot, but I use it. Absolutely important to have the tripods. The little tripods I use in here was so that I remind you to buy a little one. They're very cheap, 10, 12, 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. I could care less about that remote, but the remote's in there, because when you're doing videos on the radio and internal stuff, you can set that on the dash in the car and have a great capture of the screen and stuff like that. And then I literally use my iPhone 7. So here's a tip when you're recording with your phones, regardless if it's an iPhone or Android. When you're dedicated recording hard video to your phone, put it in airplane mode, so that way you don't get a phone call. And if you're doing this by yourself and you look to make sure the camera's all set up and whatnot, and you're sitting there in front of the camera talking, and you come back and the video's done because somebody called you while you're doing a video. So the tip of that is to make sure that you put your phone in airplane mode so nobody calls you while you're video, and that'll keep your video playing, because when someone calls you, your video stops automatically. I do have a phone stabilizer that I use. Is pretty generic, and then I got my Osmo camera, and then for editing I use Adobe Premiere. You don't have to use Adobe Premiere. I just choose to use it because I'm just trying to advance myself and get better at editing and getting just learning new things that I always want to know. My intro that I use Adobe After Effects to use it. It's very, very complicated, very, very convoluted. That little 16-second intro probably took me about 12 hours to complete. Extremely, extremely hard to do. But you can use any software to edit videos. The best editing process is to do it on your computer. Don't do it on your phone. You can do it on your phone, but the best thing is to take it to a computer and do it. So anything like Windows Movie Maker, Apple's, where they do iMovie, you know, those are free. That comes with every computer, so you can do that, and you won't have a problem with anything. And I think also another form of video out there is video email, and Elise Kephart does this better than anybody, and she has taught me so much as well too. But you know, I do a ton of video email. So if a customer is calling me on a video or a car, and they're like, "Hey, Mike, I saw this car on YouTube," or "I saw you on YouTube, and I saw this car in your used inventory," stuff like that. Can you tell me about it? Yeah, actually, I can. What's your email address? And I'll just shoot a real quick video and I'll send it to you. And you can see both videos are 2 minutes. Coincidental. Because I do videos so much, I've got everything I do is kind of just like a routine. It's kind of like training. You just do it. You know, somebody asks you, you know, how do you use Apple CarPlay? You don't think, you just do it. You know, how do you do navigation in this car? You don't think, you just do it. So, so I just coincidentally always have my videos about 2 minutes long when I'm doing stuff like this. But this is bomb. If you want to know more, you can hit you can just go to dominatewithvideo.com and fill out that form. But it's a really, really good thing, and I'll help you with it. And this is something I believe in and something I use for quite a while. But that's another way to sit there and make sure that you have phenomenal follow-up, because when I send out, I just did it, and I didn't have it to time to put it in this presentation. But I had a customer follow up with me, and he's like, "Hey, I saw this on your website," and he come to find out this was a split deal back in 2013, but I followed up with them, and the other salesperson didn't, so he called me, and I shot a video real quick, and like, here's the video. He said, "It's cool video." Came in, I closed him down with no problems. So takeaways on this. I've got a group called Automotive Sales Professionals on Facebook. So if you want to get in there, you can do that. Just search that, and you'll be good. Read Chapter 5 of Googleopoly, and you come up with an action plan that's going to blow your customers away. Sit there and have an idea to do things, and what you're going to do. What do you think people are going to view? Watch what other people do. Don't copy their stuff. You want to make an enemy of me, copy something that I do verbatim and do it, because I will blast you on social media if you do. So don't copy people. Take what they do and make it your own. Inspire yourself to do something like that, but do something that will just blow your customers away and make it unique to yourself. I always tell everybody, take all your notes, but just wait a couple weeks. This is a little bit different. I usually tell those people when I'm talking at big sessions, when they're 2 and 3 day session conferences, because they got all these notes. Just sit here and think about it for a little bit. Don't end this video. I'm going to go do this right now, and I'm gonna get on it. Sit down and come up with an action plan. Come up with an idea, and just write down all your video strategy, your ultimate goals for doing the video, and come up with an idea of what you want out of it. Do you want to sit there and do it? And I really challenge people. I'm always willing to learn. And like I said, I'm not an expert. I've just been doing this for quite a while, and I know what's working, what's not working, and I'm showing you what is working. I'm not telling you all the fails that I've done, all the things that didn't work, the videos that only got 30 views, and I'm here talking about a video that's got 325,000 views. I'm showing you the great things. I'm not showing you the bad things, because we don't learn. There's no reason for you to learn from the bad things. But come up with a good strategy to do things, and just go at it. And a tip that you can do with YouTube is do not post YouTube videos to Facebook. Facebook and YouTube hate each other. They do not like each other. Let people know that you just uploaded a video, and to subscribe to your YouTube channel to get it. The whole idea is to get subscribers so that they get notified every time you upload a YouTube video. And then another tip that I didn't put in here that's more advanced stuff, upload videos on a routinely basis and upload them at the same time. I typically upload my videos at 7 p.m. That's just the time that I came up with. There's no special time at 7 p.m. This is the time that I did, because once you start getting subscribers, they're going to expect a 7 p.m. If you're going to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to do 1 video a week, and I'm going to launch it on Monday at 7 p.m., do it consistently, because your subscribers will learn that, hey, Monday at 7 p.m., Mike's going to upload a video. If you want to upload a video 3 times a week, if you do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, be consistent on that. So that's the type of strategy that I'm talking about coming up with, is coming up with some consistent stuff to do. And that would be it.
Is that it? Oh my God.
That is it. That would be it. I know.
Okay.
That's why I told you up front. This is just intro. This is kind of like YouTube 101, because we could talk forever about this. I mean, I didn't get into a program that I use. I didn't get into cards. I didn't get into end screens. I didn't get into so much stuff that YouTube offers that goes out there. And I really challenge people. I always learn. I always want to learn. I'll never stop learning. I really challenge somebody. I don't care if you're in Chevy or Honda or Toyota or Ford or whatever. I really challenge somebody to do something better than me. Come at me and say, Davenport, look, I did this same video and I got 200,000 views and you only got 2,000. That's okay with me. My buddy Joe last week, 2 weeks ago, my buddy Joe and I shot the exact same video at the exact same place at the exact same time. His video got like 120,000 views. I got 2,000. And everybody around, it is. But here's the thing: everybody around here at the dealership was trying to stir the pot and get me bent out of shape. I'm like, no. I said, that's awesome. I said, Joe's new. That's number one. It was a Mitsubishi Evo race that was a crazy fail. So please look that up on my YouTube channel so I get the views. It was a great drama race. But a lot of his friends are all racers, so it's like he's ultimately going to get that. He's in these racer groups, they're getting shared, stuff like that. I said, that's awesome. I said, but watch Joe put a Corvette video up and me put a Corvette video up and see what happens. I'm going to get that video shared and he's not. So that's why I said I challenge people to do things, because you never know where your niche is going to lie and where your niche is going to be. I never knew I was going to be in car sales, and I absolutely love it. And I didn't want to be in car sales when I did it 17 years ago. So that's why I challenge people. Nobody's ever going to come to me and and belittle me or put me down and make me feel bad if you say I did this better than you, I'm going to be like, that's so cool. That's awesome. What'd you do? How'd you do it? You know, what can I learn from it? Because that's where I'm going to go. It's like, well, I want to do it better than you. It's human nature, but, you know, friendly rivalry.
Well, I tell you, a lot of people are writing in. They're saying it was great info. Thank you so much. And audience, I just want you to know, right before we went live, you know, Mr. Davenport and I, we were talking already about, you know, he said, hey, this is going to be introduction, but I want to do another one that's more advanced and more in-depth. So we're going to come up with another date to do that in another few months. So keep your ears open for that, and hopefully you guys will sign up for that one as well, and that will be, you know, volume 2 or class 201 or however you want to say it, but it'll be a more advanced class
102,
on that.
yeah.
People are saying sign me up automatically. I wish I could. Let me get a date first, okay? I promise. All right. Okay. We have a lot of great questions that came in. Oh my goodness. So grab something to drink, and we're going to get to those questions in just a moment. Before we do that, though, we got some fun stuff to take care of. Okay, first of all, I want to make sure everyone understands that we have 5 handouts in the handout section of the GoToWebinar interface. So if you have not yet opened up the handout section, now's the time to do it. You can download all 5 or, you know, just 1 or 2, whatever you want, of those handouts, but you only have until the end of this broadcast, all right? So make sure you do that. Just so everyone remembers what's in there, we have Mike Davenport's slide deck from today. He has a handout in there called Step to the Sale Questions. He also has his closing lines. He has a handout just about closings. Nice. 36 crazy facts about YouTube, and Mike has given it all to you. He also put out a handout that shows his entire follow-up process. Seriously, I'm going to golf clap for you on that one, because that is big time. So thank you so much for that, Mike. All right, audience, get those 5 downloads, those 5 handouts downloaded as soon as you can. All right. Now, if you're ready, sir, we will give away a prize. I love it. I wish I had some game show music. But if you missed it, audience, at the beginning of the webinar, I announced that our good friend Mike Davenport and his buddies over at BombBomb, they're giving away an awesome prize today. One lucky webinar attendee is going to win the exact same red carpet that Mike uses on his deliveries. So you're going to be able to give your customers that red carpet treatment just like Mike does. So get ready, get to your keyboards. First person to write in the correct response is going to be winning this sweet, sweet prize today. I'm going to ask you nicely, if you are a vendor, we love having you here on the DealerOn webinars, and you are always welcome to come. But if you are a vendor, we're going to ask you to please sit this one out. This prize, as you can tell, is really intended for dealership personnel only. All right. Now, I'm also going to ask you, audience, if you are the winner, I need you to immediately write back in and let me know what dealership you're from, and don't forget a mailing address so we can get this cool prize out to you as quickly as possible. All right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. According to FortuneLords.com, how long does the average mobile viewing session last? Nope. No. What we're asking for, somebody got it. Yeah, what we're asking for is when somebody is going to YouTube on their mobile device, how long does that average viewing session last? How long do they watch YouTube videos? We got a winner, although it took a while to come, but here we go.
I like that it took a while to come, because there's so much information. Usually my webinars are like boom, boom, boom. Before you can even get the answer done, people are like, oh, I already got a winner. So I liked it. I was like, oh my God, is somebody not going to get it?
Well, it was close this time. The answer, my friends, was 40 minutes. Jonathan Gasper, congratulations. I don't believe I've ever seen your name on my screen to win a prize, so I think you're a first-time winner. Please tell me if I'm correct. Jonathan Gasper, congratulations. And let me know what dealership you're from so we can give you a, wait, Mark says, congrats, that's my salesman. All right, Mark, what dealership are you from, my friend? So I know how to thank you and congratulate you. Now, I'm just going to talk to the audience for a second. Mark says Ryan Chevrolet. And where is that? He did say, okay, Jonathan says, thank you, and I am a first-time winner.
Mississippi, Gettysburg.
How did you know that? Yeah, Ryan Chevrolet in Hattiesburg. That's fantastic. And Jonathan, don't forget to send me your your mailing address so we can get that cool red carpet out to you as quickly as possible. And okay, so audience, I know we only had one prize today, and there's a whole lot of you out there. But you know what? We give away cool prizes every week. So this week wasn't your week, but you know what? Come on back to another DealerOn webinar, and you could be a winner just like Jonathan and win a cool prize on the DealerOn webinar. For right now, though, we're thanking Jonathan Gasper. Congratulations to him in Hattiesburg over at Ryan Chevrolet. And of course, we got to thank our good friend, Mike Davenport, and his good buddies over at BombBomb for their incredible generosity. All right. We have a lot of great questions. So I hope you're ready for this, sir. Go to the next slide so people know how the heck to get in touch with you. All right.
Done, sorry there. I did it right when you said it.
Okay, good. Now, audience, I just want you to know, I usually go in order. So if you got your question in early, then stick around because it's going to come up soon. If you can't wait around, because I know we're going to go long on this, really long, because we have a lot of great questions and we're going to hit every single one, it's okay. We're recording it and we're going to send you the recording after today's show is completed. All right, Mike. First question, you ready? Let me scroll all the way up here. Okay, Joanne had the first question. Joanne says, do you think 5-second ads on YouTube are effective? Nearly everyone clicks out at the 5-second skip option. YouTube CPM is expensive if you pay for the forced viewing option for advertising. She wants to know what you think about the 5-second ads.
Well, that's a totally different webinar too.
I know, but she wants your opinion. Do you advertise?
Yeah, no, no, I don't. I don't spend any money on YouTube. I've thought about it. I was in there last week thinking about maybe doing an ad, and I didn't because it's slow right now. So my mind is just going nuts. I've like screamed across the showroom, "I'm bored. You better find me something to do, or I'm going off." But I almost did it last week because with the unless they view the video. It doesn't count towards your money to the best I know. I think if you did a video, you need to be like, hey, I'm Mike Davenport, Bachman Chevrolet. If you're looking for the best car buying experience, visit LouisvilleChevyDude.com. And like get it out like so quick so that way if people click skip ad, which I think a lot do, you know, you've at least got your name out there for recognition. But I think it's the only way to do it, you know. But Jeff Weiler, you know, Jeff Weiler is a big company, and they spend money on YouTube. So it's got to be working somehow, but it's not really my expertise because I don't get into that CPM stuff. But it's working for a lot of people. But that's what I would do if because you don't pay. For my knowledge, is you don't pay unless they view the video, the full length. So if you do like the 5 seconds,
that's correct.
Practice what you're going to say in 5 seconds.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. Are you going to turn on your webcam, or are you going to leave me out here all by myself?
Oh, I forgot about you.
Oh, okay.
I was up here.
All right, Joanne, thank you very much for our very first question of many today. If you have a follow-up, we'd love to hear back from you. All right, next question, and you kind of covered, a lot of people asked what kind of stuff you used, and you kind of covered it already. So real fast, let's just go through these as quickly as possible. Scott says, what camera would you recommend for starting out on YouTube videos?
Use your iPhone. Use your Android phone.
There you go.
That's completely fine. It's something you already got. You don't have to spend any money.
There you go. All right, Scott. Now, Bailey has a lot of questions for you. All right. Bailey wrote in, we'll just hit them when we get to them. I'm curious why Mike doesn't use playlists on his channel so that customers can find the information easier. Do you like playlists? That's a good question. I do like playlists. Playlist is the most unutilized of YouTube. And again, that's kind of like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 type YouTube videos. I've got one playlist set up there, and that's on Corvettes that I did a couple years ago. And again, Downtime, I've been thinking, it's like I need to go out and just take an hour and shoot quick 30, 40, 50, 60 second videos with hardly any intros and put them in playlists of how to do this, how to do that, how to do this. But no, you definitely do need to use playlists because that keeps that viewer on your channel the longest. So playlist is very, very unutilized YouTube wide, and it is something that I fall into that category that I'm not utilizing it, but I should be utilizing it, and I'm working on videos right now to utilize it. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, Bailey, I hope that one answered your question, but I know you have some more questions coming up, so stay tuned. All right, next question comes in from Melissa. She says, what are your thoughts on the Director app from YouTube for video creations?
The Director app for YouTube.
Yeah, is it something that you use or?
No, I don't use it. I don't know. I use, no, I don't use it because I edit everything on the computer and put it in because, again, something I didn't get into is meta tags and stuff like that with YouTube videos because inside of Adobe Premiere, you can list all your meta tags for Google and search engine optimization and stuff like that. So, no, I don't use that. And I'm not sure, I can't remember if it's Director or this app called Capture. So this app called Capture is something that you can shoot videos and then upload it to YouTube and stuff like that. But I don't use it at all. I edit it, and I think you should upload it to YouTube.
Okay, and the software you use?
Adobe Premiere.
Adobe Premiere. Okay, great. All right. Thank you very much for that question, Melissa. And audience, by the way, we have had some people from Google and YouTube who gave a nice, beautiful tutorial about the Director app. So if you want to check that out, check out our archives over at DealerOn.com/webinar. And the last few webinars that we've done, I think we've had two people from Google who went delved very deep into that Director app and showed you all the cool things that it does, if you want to know more. Okay. So
I'm going to have to watch that too.
Okay, cool. Ty says, is there a way to scale videos so they stand out in searches versus the competition?
Scale video? Is that what he said?
That's what he said. I read the question.
Scale video. Well, if you want stuff to pop up more than the competition, that'd come back to the title and the thumbnail of your video, and then making sure people are liking the video, because YouTube's algorithm is going to sit there and see thumb up, and they're going to be like, okay, well, people are really liking this video, so they're going to put that up on the YouTube search. So if they're searching for Chevy Camaro and they look at competition A video, and then as they're watching that, on the side they've got other Camaro videos and they see your thumbnail, they're going to click on that. So that's how I would stand out. I'd concentrate on the thumbnail and concentrate on the title of the video.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Ty, if you have a follow-up question, we're here for you. Okay. Not really a question, but Bailey wanted to know what microphone you used. I think you already covered that. She says her favorite mic is the Rode omnidirectional lav mic. Do you use a lav mic? Do you use a clip-on lav?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep. I use that AZDEN. I think it's AZDEN mic. That's what I use.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Bailey. More questions from Bailey coming up in a bit. Jesse wrote in, what brand of stabilizer do you suggest, Mike? And I believe you already had that one up there as well.
I use my Osmo camera a lot, and then there's all sorts of phone stabilizers out there, but all of them are kind of quirky, and there's just more equipment. But definitely use a tripod if you can. When it comes to videoing, I use my GoPro, and I don't have it with me. I wish I would have had it with me because I can show you. But I've just got basically a little stabilizer that I bought at Best Buy that I can hold it like this, and I can just put it in here if I need to do it. But just any type of good stabilizer, I think get a good one. But get one that's easy and it's not electronic, because the electronic ones are just getting goofy and they're cumbersome. And if you're trying to do a video and you want to plan this way, sometimes the camera stays this way and stuff like that. So try to be simple about it.
Okay. Okay, good. And Jesse says, okay, thanks. All right, next question comes in from Jason. Jason says, Mike, how did you do that with your logo? What software made it, or did you buy it? And I know you had mentioned that it took you like 16 hours.
Yes, I did.
Ooh, you must have known exactly
it took me a long
what you wanted it to do. So how did you...
If I know exactly what I've done it in probably like an hour. But
okay, so it was like trial and error. What software did you use?
I use Adobe After Effects, but here I was going to bring that up and I forgot. So this is a really good question. If you want stuff made like that, go on to Fiverr. People on Fiverr for very minimal money. They tell you everything's $5 on Fiverr. It's not, but probably somebody for like 30 or 40 bucks, 50 bucks can make something like that very similar. And also, I forgot to mention, when you're using music on YouTube, don't use anything that's copyrighted. you know, search for non-copyright music on YouTube, search for non-copyright music on Google, and make sure you use that music. So that music that I had in there is a non-copyright music, and I got one of our lot guys here has got a band, and I've been using, he gave me a bunch of his instrumental stuff, and I've been using that in my videos too. So again, it makes it unique, and it's not something that everybody's using. So make sure you do non-commercial sound, because you'll get kicked off YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay. We still have a lot of great questions that are coming in. So Jason, thank you for yours. Let's try and get through them as quickly as we can. Okay, Mike? All right. Next one comes in from Bailey. She just wanted you to know that she watches videos, but it depends on the value of the video as to how long she will actually watch it, but that's her personal opinion. And then, but I love what Bailey says here. Bailey says, first impressions are no longer made in the store. I love it.
Yep. They are. Yeah, she's absolutely right. I mean, it's, you know, I'm trying to get out there in the community, local level, to research your car salesman as much as you research the dealership and the car you want, because you know, with videos and reviews and stuff like that, you know, the salesperson makes or breaks your experience at the dealership, just like a waiter or a waitress dictates your experience at the restaurant.
I got you. I got you. All right. Thank you, Bailey. Bailey's question about your Facebook page. Do you have a page, or do you accept friend requests? And why would you choose a personal page rather than a business page?
I have both. I have a personal page. I'm limited out on friends, because you only can have 5,000 friends. So you can follow me on my personal page, which is just my name. My business page is Louisville Chevy Dude, which you can find pretty easily as well. You got to use your business page for business. You know, YouTube or Facebook terms of service says that you cannot use your personal page to conduct business on. So, but you got to use your fan page to conduct business on. So that's what I do, and then I share everything from my fan page to my personal page, which is inside terms of service, inside Facebook's community guideline standards. So that's what I do. I share everything over to that page. So I use both.
Okay, great. All right, Bailey, I know we got another couple questions from you coming up in a little bit. Right now, we're going to hit Mike's question. Oh, wait, Bailey says, oh, perfect. I was just searching you, and that's what I found. Thank you for answering that. Okay, I'm good. All right, Mike has the next question. Mike says, what program does Mike use to distribute and appear that he is pushing live content? I know you mentioned it, Mike, but you never said how you did it.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get asked that. It's called Livewire. Is that what it's called? Well, no, it's called Wirecast. So right down here on the bottom of my screen, it's called Wirecast. That's a $500 to $1,000 product, regardless of what you do. There's another one called OBD that you can do it as well. So if you I guess I can't find the applications. I might not have it on this computer. I don't have it on this computer because I have Wirecast on here. But there's another one called, I think it's called OBD. If you Google that on YouTube, you'll find everything you need about it.
Okay, great.
OBD, ODB, something like that.
Something like that. All right. Well, if you find it, let us know. Okay. Oh, Mike said OBS.
Yep. OBS, that's it. Yep.
All right, OBS it is. Good job, Mike and Mike. All right, here we go. Mike, I hope that helps you out. Okay, next question is from Spencer. Spencer says, have you done the YouTube Live option from your drone?
I did it one time from my Phantom 1. I did not like the outcome, so I deleted the video because it was shaky. I've done YouTube Live from my drone on Facebook, and it does okay. I haven't done it from my Phantom 3. I need to probably try it on my Phantom 3, but there's not, you know, what kind of good quality video can you produce on YouTube that would require your drone? Because if you put your microphone's picked up through whatever device you're watching your drone on, phone, mini iPod, or whatever the case may be. But so if you bring that drone down, so where you could focus and talk, then they're going to hear the blade spinning. So that's why I haven't done it. But I've done it on Facebook, which people really like. I think I got a couple thousand views. I did it on Facebook and showed everybody my lot and inventory and stuff like that one time. But I don't know what I could do on YouTube live with the drone. So I'm up for suggestions. If you got suggestions,
But Spencer, if
really
you
cool.
have a
But
good idea, let the rest of the class
you
know.
got to think. You got to think of the drone noise, because that's not, the drone's not quiet. It's very, very loud.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think of that stuff.
All right, Spencer, thank you so much. Great question. All right, next question is from Felicia. Oh, Felicia. Do people always say bye, Felicia, to you? Oh,
bye. That's gonna be horrible. That's gonna be a horrible thing to say to her.
Do you find that Facebook Live and YouTube Live only work once you have a following? I mean, how would you know? You have a following, so.
Yep. No. I think it works. I think it works really, really well, because Facebook sits there and keeps your live video at the top of the feed longer. So even if you don't have a feed, you got to realize, not just because somebody's not commenting doesn't mean that they're not watching your video or they're seeing your name. Seeing your name, repetition is more important than anything. So just kind of like I was saying on the YouTube pre-roll, like if I can get something out in 5 seconds, that I'm Mike Davenport, Bachman Chevrolet, buy from me, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. If I can get that out in 5 seconds, then it works. But it's all about that repetition and get your name out there. So I don't think you have to have a huge following in order to get things going. Because you got to start out somewhere. You start out small, and you start getting that following, that's what it's going to take.
Okay. All right. Well, just so you know, Felicia says, yes, people always say bye, Felicia, to her, not as often anymore. And then William wrote in and said, hashtag bye, Felicia could work as her tagline for when she bids goodbye to her satisfied customers. I don't know if that would work. I don't know. But Felicia, we wish you the best of luck. All right. Chemic. Interesting name. Chemic has the next question. Chemic says, before I forget to ask, a lot of time when I search something on Google and a how-to comes up on YouTube for a first page that has valuable content, I find myself reading the description to have written how to over watching the video and pausing through each step. Am I in the minority of visitors, or would it make sense to add something like that to the bottom of our videos so users can also get the information, written information instead of, the video?
Yeah, I think you're in the minority on that, because nobody wants to read. Video is huge. Video is out there. I mean, people want video. So yeah, I think you're in the minority on that. My personal opinion. That's not factual information. It's just my opinion.
So, but you don't think he shouldn't do it, right?
No, I don't. No, I think you're taking a lot of time. I don't. If you look at my descriptions, they're the same on every one. Send me stuff. Follow me on social media. I got the same thing on every one of my videos. I don't have what the video is about, because they're reading the description, they're reading the thumbnail, and they're watching the video. That's what's happening on YouTube.
Gotcha.
If it was Facebook or a blog, different story. But YouTube's all about video, so people are going to YouTube to watch videos.
All right, Chemic, thank you so much. All right, next question comes in from Bailey. Bailey says, do you ever use Chevy colors or fonts?
Yep, go to my website, you'll see it. I use I don't typically use that on my thumbnails. I use bright yellow on my thumbnails, because that's what pops up. I tried this green on my last one, my Apple CarPlay one. Mm-hmm. I used green on there just to kind of see what would happen. So but no, I always typically use yellow. So if you look here, the guardrail with the arrow, I use that yellow because that pops out, and then I use the green, which I really didn't like, because the T on the top of 2, it kind of blends in real easily there. So I was kind of playing with that quite a bit to get that, but I'm just trying the green out. And if you look at Nick's, he's using white with a black lettering background. So it's all about that thumbnail and getting stuff done. So, but no, I use bright yellow or bright green or bright white. For some reason I need to use black lettering. I use black lettering, but those are the typical colors that you see on YouTube. And
okay.
Again, more in depth, that's what they're telling you to use as well. And it's called Captain American or Captain or something like that for the font.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for that question, Bailey. All right. Audience, I know you're waiting and you're being very, very patient. we're getting to every single question. I'm just going in the order in which they were received, okay? So please hang on with me, and your question's going to get asked. All right. Oh, and William just wanted to know, are you keeping it consistent with the fonts?
Yes.
Okay.
It's always I think it's called American Captain. I'm always doing that.
Okay, good. All right. Brian has the next question. How do you shoot your POV videos?
I can't see my webcam, but I'm 6'3" and I have an extremely long reach. So I can sit here and do this, and that's my built-in tripod. And you can see my hand's not moving. I'm just, over the years, I've came really accustomed to just holding my hand here and keeping it pretty steady. But that's what I'm doing. You can use selfie sticks and stuff like that, but I use my hands since I'm 6'3".
Okay. All right, Brian, if you have a follow-up question, write it on in. Okay, Mark has the next question. Any suggestions on where to take a course to learn how to use Adobe? How did you learn how to use Adobe?
I did it with YouTube. Everything I do is YouTube.
Wait,
Adobe.
did you go to YouTube and search how to use Adobe?
Yep, exactly what I did.
All right, Mark, I don't know if that was the answer you were looking for, but that's the answer you're going to get. All right. All right, next question. Brian says, how do you use your GoPros?
You hit the power button.
No.
I use them in all sorts of different things. If I got close shots and stuff like that, I use it. I use it on there and stuff like that. But I typically sit here and just use it however I want for a normal camera.
So you don't use it like a typical GoPro where you strap it onto yourself and you're riding down the highway at 80 miles an hour. You use it just like a camera, like a video camera. You use it as your video camera.
Yep.
Okay. So when you did that video with the smoke and I said, hey, are you using tripods or are people holding them? You put GoPros on those tripods, right?
Yep, correct.
There you go. All right. So Brian, thank you very much for asking that question. Next one comes in from Shannon. What program do you use for YouTube? And I believe you said it was what? Adobe?
I edit in Adobe Premiere.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
And you upload right through YouTube. You upload it right through YouTube.
Okay, great. Okay, Mark writes in, I met Mike several years ago in Las Vegas, and he always brings a lot to the table. We all appreciate him very much. However, I just checked prices on phone stabilizers, $150 to $200. Is that about right, Mike?
No, if you're on Amazon, you can get some cheap ones. You shouldn't spend that. You shouldn't have to spend that much. Amazon should have some much cheaper than that.
Look, he's going to do the research for you right now, Mark. Stay tuned. All right, different Mark wrote in. He wants to know how much of your day is spent videoing and editing?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
But you have a lot of downtime. You do this in your downtime, right?
Yeah. Video editing can take a lot of time to do stuff depending on how complex. If you can shoot your videos pretty clean, then you're good. But if you can't, then you're going to do a lot of time editing. But no, and so it can take a long time because I'm doing complex. I got different cameras and stuff like that. But you shouldn't have. If you don't get too complex in the video shoots, you won't have a complex editing.
Okay, so
and make sure surround sound noise, music from speakers above, wind, again, that's so far into, that's a different category as well too, is what to actually shoot and what you're looking for in camera. But you got to sit there and kind of watch some of that stuff. So, and that's really when it comes into trial and error, and what I've done in the past is how much I've done, looking at the wind, and knowing how the wind's going to affect the microphone and stuff like that. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to go with as well.
Okay, and does this also include your the videos that you do to new leads? I mean, are you shooting and editing video every day?
Yeah. Now my lead videos, I use BombBomb. So I use BombBomb email because it only takes like 5 minutes to shoot a bomb email, because you can pause, and this is a new feature because you can pause the video and turn the camera around and just boom, 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 and be done. So those 2-minute videos like take me like maybe 5 minutes to shoot, because I don't have to do any editing, because I'm pausing it, flipping the camera around, look at this video, look at this, showing it, walking around, stuff like that. So the bomb emails don't take very long to do. It's the when you're uploading to YouTube that can get complex.
Gotcha. All right, Mark, thank you so much for tuning us in on that question. That was a good one.
Yeah, if you get on Amazon for the phone stabilizers, I'm seeing them all sorts of them for like $32, $19.95. The power ones, those are $200, but there's several of them on there that are $19. Like this one actually might be a good one. It's got any reviews? Let's see what the reviews are at. But it's only $20. It's called Video Action Stabilizer Handle Grip and Phone Tripod Mount for Canon DSLR, iPhone 7 Plus, cell phone, smartphone, and it's $19.98. And if you're on Amazon Prime, you'll get it free. But
$20,
that's what it looks like.
Nice, Mark. Yeah. I know you're listening still.
So that's what it looks like, and that'll work just fine. That's similar to my one that I have on my GoPro. That's exactly what I have on my GoPro, is that one.
All right, so Mark, check Amazon. Much better prices. Okay, Jesse says, I'm going to have to watch this whole thing a second time. This is too much for me. All right, Mark, same one who asked about the stabilizer. He wants to know if he can win the blue sweater. So does Mike. Mike wants to win the blue sweater. That blue sweater is infamous. All right, Bailey.
I know.
Let me see. Bailey says, I use them because all of my videos are on dealer channels to bring them into my pages, but I recommend them for models, years, how-tos, etc. Okay, I don't know what that was in reference to, but thank you, Bailey. Okay, William. He's laying this out right now. William says, okay, let me get this straight. Thumbnail plus tile plus keywords equals higher rankings?
Yep.
It's almost that simple, William. It is almost
it is.
All right, here we go. Thank you so much. Now, William had a couple of follow-up questions. What kind of titles do you give to your video emails to get them opened, Mike?
Oh God, that's a good question. Everything I do not do anything that is form. I am so anti-form letter, anything like that. I want to do everything on it. So like ZL1 WLE info, Volvo S60. Are you ready? Where did you go? I had a customer leave on me, but I had his email address, so I sent him a video email. The where'd you go? This guy from Mississippi called, or this guy from Florida called me on a Grand Sport, and so I put Grand Sport in Louisville. Mm-hmm. Got your inquiry, ZL1, Silverado info. So that's kind of that's all I do. Video, email.
So you put the model in the subject line and say something like, I got your information for you, or answering your request, or something like that, right?
Yep, correct.
William says anti-form. Hallelujah. All right. So thank you so much for that question. All right. Next question comes from Shannon. By the way, we're in the home stretch now. We got just a handful more, and we're going to be closing up the show. All right. So audience, I hope you got those handouts downloaded. Shannon writes in, why do you choose the GoPro over phone video? I don't think you do you?
No, I've always been using my phone mainly, but my vloggers that I just met. Cletus McFarlane is a guy I just met and I've talked to quite a bit. Guitarmageddon ZL1, Speed Street 717. I mean, those guys there have over 500,000 subscribers. So, so I'm watching them and they're using GoPros. So why am I not using a GoPro? So that's kind of my thought process. Okay. But it's small, it's easy to deal with. It's really it's just small and easy to deal with, I think. And you don't have to worry about your phone battery going dead and charging it up. You can buy extra batteries for the GoPro. I've got 5 batteries for my GoPro, so that's why.
There you go. All right, Shannon, thank you so much for that. All right, Dylan.
Hey, don't forget about that email, that one that came in an email you wrote down.
Oh my
That was a good
God.
question.
How did you remember that? I totally forgot about that. You're
I
right.
always,
Okay,
I
yeah, we
always
did have this
remember.
one came in before the webinar even began. This question came in from Amy. She says, how long should you keep old car videos on YouTube that have already been sold?
And my answer to that is never delete a video.
Never
I've
delete the video?
very rarely have I deleted a video, because let's say, like, I got a 1,000,000-mile Silverado on YouTube right now. Who's what's the chance of me getting a 1,000,000-mile Silverado ever again? Number one, it's exposure. Number two, if it's a common vehicle, Honda Accord, Chevy Cruze, Chevy Silverado, F-150, so on and so forth. If you get somebody to call you on that, then that's good. Hey, do you have this Duramax? No, I don't, but I do got one similar. I take my own time. If you don't even have a vehicle like that, it's a name and an email and a phone number you can follow up with that you can get a sale or referral or repeat business out of. So that's why.
All right. I didn't think that was going to be your answer, but now that I heard your reasoning, that totally makes sense. I get it. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Amy, wherever you are out there in webinar land. Thank you for the question. All right. Last three, and then we'll close out the show. Dylan wrote in this great question. It says, Mike, what do you do to keep yourself from getting burned out from too many hours and too much stress in your head?
Luckily I don't stress out much, but gosh, I get that question all the time, and it's tough to answer. I'm motivated, I'm committed. I wear this bracelet all the time. Don't be a little bitch. That reminds me just
That's
to
two
don't
curse
worry
words
about
you
what other
said on
people
my
are
show
doing.
today.
I know. We didn't play dictionary roulette, so I had to come up with my own. But it's just sitting there and just reminding me that don't worry about what other people are doing. Stay focused, stay committed. And on the flip side of that bracelet, it says champions dominate. So sitting there just knowing that I just got to always stay focused and stay busy. And that's probably why I don't stress out much, because I don't get involved with the groups. And if you catch yourself in a group, go do a Facebook Live video or go do a YouTube video and stuff like that. If you don't want to do the editing, stuff like that, just do a Facebook Live video. Just go get a car and sit there and do a walk around a car. If it takes you 20 minutes to do a walk around a car and you only have 3 viewers on there, so what? You know what you just did? You taught yourself, you reminded yourself about a car that you probably wouldn't have walked around. You'd have been in a group talking about how slow it is, how bad this is. They under-allowed on my trade. They did this, all that BS stuff that happens in the car business. So you're self-teaching yourself a product. And 2, if you do get feedback and viewers, now you can say, hey, ask me questions on this car and I'll show you. And if you're on a video for 20 minutes, so be it. Go out and go on to YouTube and search my 1990 ZR1. I think I did a 30-minute live video on that car. I don't know anything about a 1990 ZR1 vehicle. And if you're watching that video really closely, you'll see a tripod with notes on it, because I hand wrote like 5 or 6 notes just to make myself look like I knew what I was talking about. And I had the owner's manuals, and I revisited things because viewers drop on and drop off. So you can be redundant on a live video and go over things over and over again. Just kind of like some of the questions that popped up. The same question here, even though I went over it, the question popped up, and Eliana was like, I think I know the answer to this already. So you can do that on live video, and that gets you away from those groups and teaches you things as well.
Okay.
So that's what I would do.
Thank you so much. Great question, Dylan. All right, last 2 questions. Michael, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said Michael. Mark said, $1 million question. How many units did you sell last month?
Not answering that. I don't answer how many units I sell. I sell a lot, but I'm superstitious, and I'm afraid that if I feel like I'm bragging if I say how many units I sell. So I don't say, just because I feel that I'm going to fall on my face. That's why. And there are a few haters out there, and I don't care about the haters. But they'll sit there and like, he sold 30 cars or he sold 36 cars, but he brags about, he talks about how he sells $100 minis all the day long. I do, but I don't. But so that's why I don't do it as well. But it was a good amount.
Okay, and then William wrote in, unit count doesn't equate to cash conversion. Okay, all right, and then William followed up with the last question of the day is, what the hell is downtime? He says he doesn't have any downtime.
Yeah, you should never have this business is traditional for having downtime, and you should never have downtime. And that's kind of why we titled it the way we did, and stuff like that, because there's so much to do in the automotive industry. It's just like a lot guy. A lot guy should never be sitting around. The lot guy's got a million things to do. It's the same way with us. You should never be standing on a lot waiting for the next customer. Go out and find your own. There's more people out in the community looking to buy a car than there ever will be on your biggest sale day. So, you just got to find that low-hanging fruit and people who want to buy cars. And if you got to go national like I did, I'll go national. I'll find more people. I'll just do a little bit more work, sell a little bit more cars, and and bank it. My pay plan is a volume-based pay plan. So when I tell people I make $100 minis, I'm being truthful. But what they don't know is that when I sell 40 cars a month, that I get a big, huge bonus and other stuff, and CSI bonuses and stuff like that. So work your pay plan to the best, and don't have any downtime, and create activity during, if there is downtime.
Mike Davenport, I love you.
I love you too.
You are always such a pleasure to work with, and you put out such great information that no one else is putting out there. So thank you so much. People are already writing in saying what a phenomenal show it was, and that they have to watch it 2 or 3 times to get all the information that you put out there today. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to scheduling you for Volume 2 on this, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do Volume 2 because there's so much behind-the-scenes stuff to do, and it's how to make it factual, how to make it enjoyable, and not go over people's heads on stuff, because there's a lot of behind the scenes.
We'll tell people it's an advanced session, so don't worry about that.
For sure.
You just put out that great information, and they will come, I promise. All right. Thank you so much, sir. I do appreciate it. I want to remind the audience a link to download a copy of this webinar recording is going to be emailed to you later today for your reference. Feel free to share it with your friends and colleagues, and it will also be posted online within 24 hours. All you have to do is go to dealeron.com/webinar, and from there you can view our upcoming webinar schedule or access any of our past webinars too. Yes, at the end of this webinar in just another minute, you're going to get a short survey. 3 questions. That's all it is. But you know what? It helps us out a lot. Please fill it out. We're always looking for your feedback. And we want to know what you thought of today's presentation. Did you love it? How would we know unless you fill out the survey? So hopefully you'll do that for us. And for all you wine lovers out there, hey, we got a gig going on at Napa Valley. That's right. It's May 21st through the 23rd. DealerOn is going to be sending Greg Gifford, also known as The Beard, to, hey, by the way, whatever happened to that Twitter thing we were doing earlier, Mike Davenport?
It was going pretty good. It's pretty funny. Greg was retweeting it and stuff.
Oh my God. High-level executive planning event. Sole focus is to assist dealers in their digital marketing strategies. And of course, Greg Gifford is going to be there showing off his new book, Local SEO, Signals You Can't Ignore. And let me just tell you, I have the book here. It's amazing. It is over 60 pages of automotive local SEO awesomeness. If you haven't gotten your copy, you're missing out, because it is everything that you need to do to really make your local SEO shine. You do not want to miss that, all right? So remember, May 21st through the 23rd in Napa Valley. See if you can get there, all right? And invitations will be going out tomorrow for our next DealerOn webinar, 10 Proven Steps to Dominate Your Next Sales Event. Yes. Practical tools to get you an unfair share of sales. It's believed that the first car dealership opened in June of 1898 in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're pretty sure that the first big car sales event was held in July. Yet, even after all this time and all of the technological advancements, every dealership sales event still brings the same complexities. Dealers have to promote the event, find in-market shoppers, translate efforts into sales, and then measure the success of the event so they can soon do it again with even better results. Do you want to ensure your next sales event is a smashing success? In this 1-hour webinar, Scott Empringham is going to share a proven roadmap to help you dominate your next sales event. He put his comprehensive step-by-step plan out there to be scrutinized by automotive veteran Amy Fulford, in charge of marketing a dealer group. He will detail exactly what this dealer group did, the challenges they overcame, and the results that they received. In the end, attendees of this jam-packed presentation will walk away with an arsenal of tools and know-how ready to slay the next sales event. If you want to get your unfair share of sales and learn the 10 proven steps to dominate your next sales event, then you can't afford to miss this presentation, so register now. And don't forget, DealerOn's weekly webinars are held Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions regarding our webinars and our topics, I'd love to hear them. Why don't you track me down online? I'm everywhere. I'm on Google+, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. I'm on all the automotive social networks. Or you know what? You can just email me directly at eliana@dealeron.com. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so very much for spending this time with us today, and I hope to see you all on another webinar in our continuing education series. Take care, everyone.